Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Big Willy's Fab Shop. Today's video is another tractor restoration revival, so stay tuned. Alright, so this is a 1949 Farmall H. Picked it up, neighbors of ours actually. They haven't had it running for many years, probably at least 10, 20 years. I forgot. They told us, but I don't remember. Getting into it and seeing if we can get it running and driving. So it was, of course, ran when parked. So in theory, should be easy, but we'll find out. Look at that. There's no water in there.
No, that's weird. Can't have that.
That's too nice.
Yeah. I wonder what the level is. I'll have to take. Are these just plugs they screwed in? Must be.
Yeah, looks like just pipe threads, pipe plugs.
Well, we care about this one, don't we?
Whatever the lowest one is. Oh yeah, look at that. Full. Or at least
At least that one.
low one.
They actually look cleaner up there.
Well, hopefully.
It actually don't look that bad.
Our odds are Magneto works.
That's not a big. What that is? What the hell? This thing is still a MIG. Huh.
Because if we could get this to turn, we wouldn't need a battery.
Yeah,
Technically.
I wonder if we tap it in and out with a hammer or something. I don't remember. I'll get some spray in there maybe.
There should be a Zerk on this thing. Yeah, there's a Zerk. Because it's the whole spindle thing that's frozen into the casting.
Doesn't look like nothing's happening yet though. Doesn't look terrible.
So you had to take the top off to get to the points, or where? Here's the points.
The points are back here.
So you had to take this two screws off?
I think it's back. It's this one, and there's one back there. This is a something magnet, or is that my screwdriver? Okay. Yeah. Should we see if we got juice on the coil?
You should be able to just
Should be able to
unplug this and then plug that.
let's do the wire instead. See if she juices. No, nothing. Alright, there ain't nothing happening yet, so we don't. What voltage going through the coil or the points or shit. Not stuck.
Pretty gross.
I'm sure they are.
We'll get some memory.
Why don't you turn it a little bit too, and then I'll see if they even open. Shit, they actually sparked for a second. It had enough on there.
And at this point, we're kind of running out of things to try since we have an external coil hooked up to the Magneto. So we're not using the Magneto anymore. We're just using it to trip this coil. And in theory, that should work, but it wasn't. So we kind of skipped that and went to compression testing, which they were kind of all low as was shown. That one was 30.
Huh?
30.
38.
A little low. That's why it spins over pretty easy.
Look at there, brand new.
So how come we don't get any compression?
That's probably because it does. Probably have a piston that's broke or. It was number 1 too, wasn't it?
I thought there was a few of them.
No, there's only one.
Oh, there's this one. I thought they were low.
Yeah. They're, well, they're
Like in the
in the 30s, but I don't know.
30s?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need at least like 100.
I don't know.
After a quick borescope in the number 1 cylinder, since that was showing essentially no pressure, but everything looks fine in there. There was some kind of carbon buildup on that seat up there, so that potentially could be part of it too, why there's very low compression, lower than 30. So, and find something else which I'll touch on here. Or I'll give a little sneak peek here. For now.
The spark's intermittent. Oh, I got some oil.
Oh, there we go.
Definitely gas.
So, just take the carburetor apart. Where you last saw it, we tried to pop it off and we came to the conclusion that it was just fuel related. We got the timing. So what we did for timing is on another H that we brought back, had a distributor. So we took the mag off because we found out the spark was intermediate and it was pretty low. So we ultimately we're going to put a distributor on there anyway. So we took it off of the parts H and put it on there, timed it. Originally appeared that the timing was off too, and then a couple of the rockers were adjusted so they would never actually decompress or never come undone all the way. There always was tension, so I re-adjusted the valve train there, timing, and then we got it to pop off, spraying some carb cleaner in the carburetor or some ether. So after that, what my dad did was we got a carb kit for the carburetor, put in an ultrasonic cleaner, cleaned it, put a new carb kit in there. So the carb should run off the carb now. Should. Here's what we did for the carb. We put it in a jug of gasoline in the ultrasonic cleaner, and this is essentially what color it turned and how much crap we got out. So I would say this was some of our cause for fueling issues. And after that, it looked pretty clean. Got our alternative fuel system up there. Pretty legendary up there, not really. But then also he took off, cleaned the kind of the apron off, or the cab canopy, whatever you want to call that, off. And then he was working on the steering, trying to get that tighter. So he flipped the gear around for it to wear at a different spot, to kind of tighten it up again. And then also we noticed down here, this whole mechanism there's only one bolt holding it on. There's supposed to be 4 bolts. Or 4 nuts on all the studs, but there's only one nut on there. So that's why the steering is a little loose at the steering wheel. So But yeah, otherwise it's pretty tight. I don't know if you can see it, but the gear up there's only a little bit of slop. But then the rest of the slop, because we get pretty much half a steering wheel turn, but a lot of that's coming from the missing 3 nuts and the 1 nut that's not tightened. So we get that figured out. New nuts on there. That'll tighten up the steering wheel. But yeah, really next steps here is we want to make sure this is a good running engine. We believe it is. It looks pretty decent. Compression's okay. We'll recheck it after we get it running. After the rings kind of take another set, or kind of break up from all the carbon from sitting. So yeah, we got that. So hopefully in the next little shot here, we'll get this hopefully popped off and hopefully it runs decent. And the tire here, eventually we'll take the fluid out, but because both of these tires have fluid in it, we'll pump it out. We're kind of rigging up our own method right now, actually on my uncle's WD-45 here. We're rigging up. We have a little transfer pump that goes on the end of the drill. So we're gonna hopefully be able to suck the fluid out of these tires because he got new tires. The drill pump didn't have much suction, so we reverted to a electric sprayer pump here, and that worked really well. So recommend that. New rims. There's one rim over there. It looks like he painted new used rims, I should say. And then here's us trying to debeat that old tire that's rusted onto that rim. And also using a bead breaker tool, which kind of worked. It essentially made enough room to get in there with a die grinder. Kind of not really. And then there's the other rim over there. So definitely a lot less rusty than these things. These things are pretty well shot. This side's actually not too bad. I think it was this side that was the worst. But yeah, that side is definitely the worst. But so you got new rims there. And we're just kind of rigging up a system here. But after that, you get the tires on there. He got a new connecting rod, so in theory he should be able to assemble the engine all back together. It's been taken apart for here about a year now. I think last Christmas he got it a long ways and then found out he's missing the connecting rod, so that kind of was the hang up. So we got a new one there. Brought the head to a machine shop, so the head's all good to go. New seats, new valves. I think we're gonna try to pop it off here and see what happens. Must be timing.
Gotta be. It's like, what? See, would it be retarded then? Because wouldn't it try to backfire more if it was advanced too much?
Yeah. They kind of barked to the carburetor a little bit.
Did. So which one do we want to do this?
I just turned the distributor.
Or is it your points? Try that once.
Turn the fuel back on.
Oh.
Probably ran out of fuel.
Probably ran out of fuel. That was a clown crew going there. I don't know how much fluid we have in there. I would think there's something in there, but because, you know, I drained out some water, but not much. That's what I'm a little, once we got more rust in there than we thought, or something stuck. Yeah, because it'd have to be that input shaft that goes in there that's spinning all the time.
Yeah, we were a little low on gear lube on the rear end, so that's why that noise was happening. And then now we're pouring diesel fuel in the rear end because we're going to drive around and let it slosh around and hopefully clean up everything. And then putting some cocktail juice in the engine to hopefully clean that up too.
Oh, okay. So we can get it started before we open the door because we might be getting ahead of ourselves.
Let's put the negative on. That should start up.
You just have to watch your foot on that cable. A little sparky there.
Should be so, because the points, depending on how it's...
Yeah. Okay.
It's dripping now.
You're packing nuts in the rear. Oh, yeah, I just need Well, we could do something, I don't know. We could save this, I suppose, but I don't know. Use it for...
Filter it and keep it for the other tractors. Got the crusties on the bottom. That's actually looks pretty damn good in there now.
Say pour in your top there when you get that in.
Waiting for that foil to fall off and go in there.
It's a special screen I'm using.
See if the diesel fuel did anything. Oh, it did some stuff. Yeah, there's still on the bottom.
So, that's about...
After draining all of the diesel fuel, we put oil back in there, and then now we're taking it out to slosh the oil around, just to make sure nothing flash rusts from us cleaning it out prior. So
Yep. Because those are going to be Christmas lights. I never did Christmas lights yet, and I probably never will. Well, if I did, I'll just still plug it in the same one.
so here's me trying to use this fancy rod to do a little better patch job than just the regular plumber's solder, but this stuff is a little more particular, and we're kind of rigging up a vacuum to essentially suck out the fumes, because if you burn it, it supposedly makes some toxic fumes. So we're using a vacuum and have the exhaust routing outside. So yeah, it was a challenge. The torch got it too hot. The hot air gun, didn't get hot enough. Yeah, there was really no happy medium. It was either not hot enough or too hot. And it would burn the flux, which for the directions, you don't want that to happen. So we kind of gave up and just smeared it up with some JB Weld and called it good. Then after running it for about half an hour, this is the compression on all cylinders now. A little higher, but still not great. So this housing does not come straight out, as I found out. You can see there's a missing piece right back in there. And the two bolts, doesn't take much force to snap this off. So this main gear here to drive the axle has to be taken out first for you to get this housing out. So we're just taking it out so we can get the seal out. But yeah, this job just got more difficult. That's a crappy design. So much for easy. Here's a sneak peek of some other Farmall H's that we picked up this year too. More to come here. Clocks are super easy. Got some water. Nice. Wow, this one has a little less water.
I don't think it has any oil.
No oil.
No oil.
That's even more concerning.